welcome to the first episode of NAMP of the new year. It's 2025. That's gross. 2019 is like 5 years ago now. That's vomit inducing. Anyway, hi. We're gonna do our recap of last year. This episode. Wait, did I say episode 8 or 9? I don't know. This is episode 8. But
Drink your coffee.
I'm one of your co-hosts, Flare Gun, and
Your other. Oh my gosh. Oh, I was about to say flare gun. Other co-host, the water boy. Oh my gosh. Off to a great start.
Yep, off to a great start. It's your co-hosts. Maybe we just say it's the water gun today. It's the wet.
The water gun? That works.
Yeah, the wet water gun. So we're all right. Okay. So we're gonna talk about our goals and how we did last year. So this will be really interesting. Because I haven't even been throwing axes for a full year yet. So we're gonna see how my first year went and how Graham your year went, and it'll be Gucci lemon scoochie. So first up, what goals did you even have? What were your goals? What were they?
Funny you say that because I feel like I didn't really put any goals upon myself last year.
Wait, but you literally sent me a whole list of goals like 2 months ago. I was
no,
like,
I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Hold on, now I have to find it because I was literally like, what are your goals and stuff? Like, how do you come up with goals for axe throwing? And you were like, oh, here are all of my goals, and you sent me like a list.
Yeah, I don't recall that.
Okay, hold on, I'm gonna find it.
I plead the fifth to that one. Okay, well, you are looking for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I honestly don't recall what goals I was talking and referring to. But that is okay. I will say last year was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Did everything from... It's fun. I did do a little... Where is that thing? So I will say one fun fact. I'm like all about stats and just keeping track of the kind of fun things I've done, accomplishments, new things. So this might blow your mind, all Gucci. So I did... This is how stat weird I am. I played in 14 marathons last year, which I still think is crazy. There's probably other people who did more than that, but 14 is like a lot.
That's a lot.
Right? I did total. I did 20 different leagues last year.
20?
20. Yeah, I know, that's crazy. 8 of which were IATF, so that was a mixture of both standard and premier, hatchet, and then big axe throughout last year.
Okay.
And then 12 of them were waddle. So that was divided between hatchet, big axe, and duels. No knife last year. And then I traveled to 3 different states to throw last year. Mainly just Boston, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. And then obviously Maryland, but I'm not counting Maryland because that's where I throw out of.
That's fair, yeah.
And then traveled to one new country to throw, and that was Canada. So for IATC, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's
me and my crazy stats I like to keep track of.
That's so awesome. What? That's so cool.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I have no life. But I love it though.
No. Hashtag axe life.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm also pretty happy. Like, I feel like I started throwing in May, and I feel like I've done a lot since then. So I'm pretty happy.
Definitely.
Yeah, like I went to 2 different states to throw. I threw in 2 large tournaments, New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's right, because you came to Medusal, correct? And then Choppers.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I did, I don't know how many marathon leagues I did, and I don't want to scroll away from our messages because I'm determined to find this goal list you sent me. So maybe I'll look at that later. But I did a bunch of marathon leagues. I did like Premier League as well. I don't know. And the two tournaments, I did two like really major tournaments. So it was pretty cool. I feel like did a lot of fun stuff. I wish I could have done more, but I think I'm very content with the things that I did do. So
for starting off,
yeah,
or for being such a beginner in axe throwing.
yeah, I don't know, because I feel like it's like it's okay. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I feel like axe, once you get a sport that's like not a traditional sport, sometimes it can be like kind of weird because you're not sure if it's like how it's structured, because it feels like you can go like say if you're a football player, right? Okay, when you're a football player, you can't just go from like normally you can't just go from like 0 to 100. Okay, you can't just go and start playing football one day and then just go straight to the NFL or like play in any sort of super big tournament. But like with smaller niche sports like this, you can kind of do that. Like you can go from like casually throwing in a league, and then you can sign up for literally the only thing that you can't do is literally the world championships. But then you can sign up for any tournament, literally no matter how big or major it is, like in the entirety of the sport. And isn't that kind of crazy when you think about it? Because you literally can go from 0 to 10,000.
That's very true, actually. That's a very good point. And skill level or anything, and wherever you are in your axe career doesn't matter.
Right?
You could be we just started and you're traveling cross country to go have fun at some tournament, or you could be the one who's been playing for 20 years, throwing for 20 years, and doing the same thing. Yeah, it's crazy. That is a good point. That's crazy. Damn.
Right?
Mind blown.
I know, mind blown. I was thinking about it because I was like, wow, the fucking like Urban Open is like, it's actually like a really I was like, that actually is like a really big tournament. Like, don't get me wrong, I came in last place, but I was like, the fact that you still have the ability to actually enter that, and you can give yourself that new like higher skill ceiling, I think is so fascinating, because you have the ability to do that so early on compared to like a lot of traditional sports where you don't have that ability. So yeah, it's crazy.
True. Yeah. No, yeah. That's mind blown. That's that emoji with the mind blown.
Oh yeah, with the like mushroom smoke.
Yes.
Yeah, it's mushroom head emoji. Okay, I'm really not gonna give up on these goals because I remember this conversation so vividly, and I know it was over text message. But
I thought it was a screenshot, maybe. So I looked through all the screenshots right there. That's why I was looking away. I didn't see it in there.
wait, you can look for the screenshots? You can do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god. Yes. No. So by screenshot, I mean like if I've sent you like the pictures of the targets I just sent you.
Yeah.
For an episode we were about to talk about. I can go into there and see all the images, if they're screenshots or not, and images that I've sent you and shared with you, and recap them and see them again.
Wow, that's crazy.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes, it does. I wish I would have known that before, but now I'm too deep in the rabbit hole.
Hey, rabbit hole away.
Yeah, we're gonna find it. But so you didn't, because I could be crazy, but I so vividly remember you telling me you had. Okay, all right, that's not
Could
wrong.
be. Thank you.
Set goals, because I one of them, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you specifically said that you really wanted to get into playoffs in every league that you were in. Is that wrong?
Slightly, I think.
Okay.
Not that I can't get into every just like a big place on a podium. I think that came up. Yeah, I don't know how that came up. I don't believe that was it though.
Okay.
I really don't.
Was it something like that, or am I just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
You're cuckoo for that and Lucky Charms. You can be for both. Um, yeah, I don't think that was it.
Huh. Okay. Okay.
You will find it during this episode or not, or after the fact.
Yeah.
And for anyone listening and viewing, it will be recapped whenever her light bulb hits and it comes back to her and we find it and she either finds the correction or she finds the correct information.
Yes. Because the ADHD hyperfixation is real and it will be found at any cost.
I would tell you calm down and have a drink of coffee, but that's not going to help the all the ADHD
It
and
does.
the
Actually,
wireless.
coffee calms me
Does it?
down. Yeah, that's why I like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it like
Interesting.
helps slow my brain down. Ironically enough, it does. Unless I have like if I have like a shit ton of caffeine, then it has like the normal person caffeine effects. But by that point,
Yeah.
it'll be like so it's like either calms me down, but then it'll get to a point where it's like of no return, and then it's like crazy. But it's a lot of milligrams for that to happen.
Little legal milligrams. I like it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think my biggest goal that I actually set for myself, I definitely didn't achieve. I did not achieve that, which was to get my 81, and it didn't happen. So I don't know. I'll cry about it in the corner. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with everything that happened. I think I am. I have recently unlocked a clutch throw that I think is gonna get me to where I need to go. And I think I'm feeling a lot more confident about it at this point versus than I was earlier. But my highest score I ended up last year with in standard was like a 70. So I'm not gonna complain about that because I cracked 70. So I think that's pretty all right. That's pretty all right.
That's very good.
Yeah.
See, now I'm going to, again, because it's me and my stats. See through there.
It's stat time. Oh my gosh, the numbers. The
Love them.
awe.
Nothing gets the juices flowing than the numbers.
Wow, we message a lot. That's crazy. Sorry. There's a lot of messages.
Sorry, Gabe. Yeah, so you bounced again stats. So at the beginning of the season, when you first started, you had an average of 40.7.
Yeah.
We won't talk about your high score, but then your average overall still it went up to 53.5. So props there. I mean, you're on your way.
Yeah.
You put in the time, you put in the effort. It will come. It definitely will.
No, I know it will. I think that I think I definitely put a lot of pressure on myself for it, and I think that was also something that was fucking me up because I'm gonna be real, I was getting in my head about it like all the time, and I think there were nights with that I would go to league and like it was all I would think about. Like in my head, I was like, fuck, I can't miss. Like I have to do this, I have to get it. And now I'm like, oh, fuck that. Just go and have fun. Like if you're gonna do a tournament, do a tournament. That's different. That's tournament pro. Like just because I feel like if I don't worry about it, I feel a lot better. Because I was looking at my stats and I would think I was really frustrated because there were in like a previous league, I didn't improve any of my clutch like my clutch hits actually went down like by a large margin. And that was really frustrating to me. So I think that was like, okay, well, I think I need to stop worrying about actually achieving the 81 and just trying to really focus on learning how to consistently hit clutches first, because obviously you have to be able to do that every time to get the 81 in the first place, right? So I think I was thinking
Correct.
too many steps ahead and trying to like force this on myself because I was like, oh, I want it so bad. I need this. And I was like, whoa, I think we got to take a step back here. All right. Because it's okay to take a step back sometimes because we're all at different places. I wish I could practice every day, but the reality of it is
Yep.
I can't, you know? So I just, you gotta roll with the punches and learn to, I think, be able to take that step back and work work on things in small amounts. You don't have to be like, I have to do all of this right now and it has to be the best and it has to be amazing. Because I think that's how you burn yourself out. So
You got to roll, not roll with the punches. You got to roll with the throws.
oh, roll with the throws. Yeah.
Throws.
Yeah. Just don't roll too much because then you might get your head chopped off.
Are you doing the same kind of accent we are? I don't think so.
Hey, the podcast is called Not Axe Murderers, okay? So that's the uh
But yeah, so it looks like you to be all right. So yeah, you've already have 1 week under your belt for this new year,
yes.
but you did work your way all the way up to a high score of a 70, which is awesome. And like I said, your average is just over 50. So yeah,
Yeah.
you got this.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be good. I'm feeling funky fresh-alicious about the new year. All right? It's given the vibes, all right? It's given good vibes.
You're
That's
feeling it. Okay, it's good.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That,
So
that's dope, son.
uh did you have something that you were most proud of from last year?
Probably the most proud. Um, well, off the top of my head is probably my waddle accomplishment of sweeping my 3 leagues in one night. So,
Yeah.
like I throw waddle,
Mhm.
and we do because of the different rule sets and less throws in ITF during a match. We are able to do hatchet, big axe, and duels all in one night, and that's including playoffs. So I've come close in seasons of winning just duels and big axe, but I've never gotten over the hump of taking the full sweep of all three. Or I've never won hatchet for that matter. Duels and big axe have been my bread and butter. But yeah, so this past season I won all three, and I was riding high. It's one of those big things off your shoulder, but at the same time, when I won the hatchet, since it was new to me, then it's like, all right, on the big axe, you kind of I had to reset, get myself in the game. But each match was amazing. Each playoff was great. I mean, the mindset of everyone was to win, obviously,
Mhm.
but at the
Mhm.
same time, the joy of how much fun everyone had doing it just made it even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
okay. First I'm going to say that's gross cuz that's crazy. Like it's gross in a good way. Um
Oh, I know. Yeah. I understand.
okay.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that's fucking awesome because also I will say I think that really shows how versatile you are as a thrower because it's three different skill sets. It's not like you're just sweeping three hatchet leagues in a row, right? It's three different skill
Correct.
sets that it takes. So that is I think that's what we would call an epic gamer moment.
I would concur with that. Absolutely.
I love concur. What a good word.
I'm glad you concur that I concurred with that. You concurred together and we had a concurness.
Yes. Yes. I was about to make a D's nuts joke, but then I decided not to.
Wowzers.
Yeah, I know. I'm still gonna do it because I guess, concur these nuts. I'm sorry. We're gonna end the episode right now. I'm just kidding.
You're gonna know,
Yeah.
okay.
Um, I don't know. I guess.
What were,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll say, what were you most proud of?
Oh, okay.
What did you, for being a brand new into the sport and brand new into this?
Yeah. So I don't want to sound like an asshole when I say this, and that is not my goal. I don't know if this is cliche or if this is like something you're not supposed to do in the act. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this is, but I'm going to say it. And I'm sorry to these people if it is. Okay. All right. You guys are great. You're great. Love you. But, I think.
You're just sugarcoating it. Come on.
Okay. For me, it would probably be, either I, uh, when I beat Warner at the Big Axe League Marathon, or when I beat Chopman at the Harry Potter and Medusa Marathon. I think those are my two biggest, but I think I'm proud of them, not because I beat those throwers, but because of how well I threw. And I think for me, I remember them so well because I was like, fuck, I threw amazing. And I was like, I want to be able to throw like this every time I throw because I felt confident. And like, I was like, I was obviously, I was hitting what I needed to hit pretty consistently. And I was like, okay, well, I want to be able to get to a point where I can do that all the time because that's, it was like, I threw good, basically.
I mean, one could be said you threw great. I mean, you were up against some very good competition, and to come out the way you did, that's stellar.
Yeah, I don't. It was okay. It can always be better.
It's true. You could have both. You could have done and 81 each other, and then gone to Big X.
Yeah, exactly. Technically, though, it was playoffs, so we couldn't have 81'd each other.
All right, true. Should be technically, yeah.
Technically.
Technically. Those small technicalities.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel as well like sometimes I think that I tend to also throw better. Sometimes, not all the time. When I don't get in my head, I throw better in playoffs because that competition and like that feeling of like I don't know. When I don't get in my head, I will preface, I love the pressure cooker feeling. I think it's very beneficial for my game and how I throw when we're not battling with the brain worms. So.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the total reason that Otter guy out of Medusa calls me a sandbagging son of a bitch because during regular season it'll be like, oh, he's just throwing to throw, and then I get into my playoff mindset and I just drive the axe, and he's like, what just happened? It's like you're a totally different person. You fucking sandbag son of a bitch. And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I've embraced it when I'm around him now, so that's fun. It's been good.
That is very fun. That is fun. Well, it's true. I mean, I definitely, it's something I have also really noticed, I think, with a lot of the hyper competitive people at League. Like, you can see that mindset change. You can even start it to see on like week 7 of like at least regular League, because people are like, all right, it's about to be go time. Like, the goal is still have fun, but now it's not just to have fun. The goal is to win. And like, I think it's really interesting to see that, like, oh man, we're just shooting the shit and having a good fucking time, to being like, all right, it's go time, boys. Bring out the big guns. We're gonna battle it the fuck out right now. Like, you even have you have. I mean, a lot of people have like all the stuff they wear too, but for you have like your jersey that you put on. It's literally like,
That is true.
it's like a change. It's like a change in form. It's like a magical girl transformation. Everyone like Sailor Moon Axe competitionifies themselves.
Well, all I think of is the sound effects of when Transformers transform
Oh
from
yeah.
like a car or an Autobot transforms.
Yeah.
A little doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Wait, you want to see this?
Daddy.
Okay. I don't know that I would show this, but do you want to
What?
see? I've got this really cursed GIF of let's
Uh-oh.
see if I can find it. It's a I don't know if I can find it. Oh, I found it. It's an anime girl drinking gasoline and then she transforms into a car.
What?
I just put it in the
Oh no.
I probably can't show that on YouTube.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Oh my God. I mean, it's pretty sick,
Right?
but it's like where the transformations are happening.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up, but
It's a little much.
uh anyway, sorry. That what were we talking about?
If anyone wants to see said video, we will share it on a
Yeah.
one-on-one basis.
Yeah, if you really want to see that anime girl transformation, let us know.
We'll show you in League or elsewhere. Oh my gosh.
Not YouTube friendly.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not ban. Oh my gosh, where am I stuck? Why am I stuck? There we go. I'm back. I clicked the button. I went to the other channel, and I had to go back to the
no.
recording one. And I know I didn't leave anywhere, but yeah, I'm such a newbie.
Oh, you're good.
But no, you're spot on. It's correct. It's everyone has their different mindsets and how they play the game and
yeah.
how they play from playoffs to regular season and playoffs, and yeah, we all have our things. Things are where we things are due, things we hold, anything like that.
Yeah,
It's not.
the axe superstition like gets me sometimes. Like some people have to like it's like the exact same thing like every time they gotta wear it. I think it's really interesting. And I don't know, I think the mindset is really interesting. I don't know if there's like I don't know if that's a thing in like other sport communities or if it's like taken as seriously, but I feel like sometimes I talk to some people and they're like, no, it's gotta be like this, and this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, wow, that's so interesting, but also that's crazy. Like every time, like if you don't have those underwear, and like if it, then the whole world ends. That's insane. I'm being dramatic. I was being drama. Okay.
No, that's totally how we all. No, that's how we all think.
Okay.
No, it's actually funny you say that. If on the last, I think it was the last episode of Alato's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They had the guest Mojo. Mojo throws out of Durham, and they brought up.
Oh
She
yeah,
brought up in
Mojo's
the conversation. Great. Oh, she's wonderful. Mojo brought up axe superstitions, and like double questioning back, back at her. But is it real? And of course, yeah, it's totally real. Of course, we all have our superstitions. I don't remember the context of how that came up, but yeah, axe superstitions are definitely real. They're so real. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I haven't like I don't know. I don't yeah, I don't have any yet. So I'm curious. I feel like I will eventually, but I feel like something has to happen first, before I have an axe-stition. Yeah.
I think you're trying to figure it out. As of right now, we can qualify your D20 dice as your first superstition.
Oh yeah, that's true, but that's just fun. I just like to come to
love
League, and it's also really fun when people are like, "Oh my god, I got a 7. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck is that?"
That's true. They're like, I don't get it. Yeah, they pick it up like, can I throw? Can I throw? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Here. Oh my god, I got this. What does it mean? And they look at you question like, did I do good? You did as well as you hoped to, buddy. Good job.
Best $15 I've spent.
That was a very worthwhile $15.
It was. Thank you, Game Store next to Choppers. Appreciate you, homies.
Yes, that was brilliant.
Oh man.
Did you have any goals this season? Sorry to backtrack a little bit.
Oh, you're fine.
That you can remember? That you would recall
Like,
that I can't because I can't?
yeah, I do think, okay, I swear, I will fucking find it. But if I don't, I'm gonna look like an idiot, but that's fine, because I already look like a bit of an idiot anyway, talking out of my ass all the time. So, I swear you were like, you sent me your list of goals, and you were like,
Yeah.
making playoffs every league I'm in. And I was like, oh, because I remember it so vividly, because I was like, oh, that's a really cool and good goal. I think I'm going to steal that one for myself, which is why I remember it. And I'm like, I know it happened. I know it happened. So I think that was one of my goals, which I did do. So that was pretty cool. There was one season where I was really nervous about it, and I almost didn't make it like after I had set the goal, but then I did. I decided to. I was supposed to go 100% clutch, but then I went like 99.9% clutch, and I threw down one time to win to make sure I could make playoffs. So
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
No, it's totally fine.
so that was that. I think I did do that, and I did want to throw in some different, like, I wanted to go to different venues, and I know I wanted to do at least one big tournament that wasn't at obviously Urban Baltimore. And I did that with Choptober. So yeah, honestly, I did, and I'm super happy with I think I got most of my goals. I think other than the 81, I think I really did everything that I wanted to this year, which is pretty cool. So
Cool.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's Gucci.
Yeah. So did you, I think we talked about it a little bit, but like, do you feel like, do you think you accomplished all of your goals?
All of my made up goals that you can't remember? Yeah, I think so.
Fuck!
Whatever goals I might have had, I feel like I did. Yeah, whether it's making playoffs. I mean, this past year might have been making it to round one. I definitely never expected to make it to round two and actually be able to go to Canada and compete.
You fucking threw in the fucking world championships. That's so cool. What a cool thing. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Interrupting all the time. No, no, I would say the best part, but also the worst part was, I don't remember when it fell last year. So whatever, round one, tryouts. I was on the fence about doing it, and I signed up at like the last possible minute because they leave it open until almost day of. So like 2 nights before, the night before, I was out drinking and like, I don't know if I want to do it, blah, blah, blah. And then I think throwing bows and Girthy John Silver, El Butcher, Just a Little High, that whole crew was out, Blick, and they just persuaded me to sign up. And in my drunken stupor, I did and paid for it. Things we do when we're drunk. And then I continued to drink, which was even more brilliant. So I was hungover. I crashed at Bo's house. I was totally hungover the next morning and knew I had to get up and go to Urban and throw to compete. And of course, I signed up day up. So therefore, the list that Urban had not been updated from any previous changes in the last 24 hours from Nathan, who works at Urban. Who like oversees all that. And I walk in and people are like, "Oh, what are you doing here, Grandma? I'm here to try for round. I'm doing round one." And they're like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "I'm positive."
Oh no!
And I show my email and it surely says I've confirmed. And so then they check and they're like, "Graham, you literally signed up last night, didn't you?" I'm like, "No." Get over there. I'm like, "Okay." My head is pounding. I'm like, I want to throw up. I don't want to throw up. And I'm like, I just need to get through these 75 throws and be done with it and go home and pass out. So anyway, I qualified by being hungover, and that's not happening again this year. No, not again.
Yeah, let's qualify by being not hungover.
Yeah, could be said that that's my my ticket to get to round 2 is to compete hungover for round 1, but that's I'd rather not. I don't think that's the most wisest decision, but I had a great time. It was still fun. I'm happy I did it. So obviously the payout was great. But yeah.
Fuck yeah. Let's
I don't
go.
remember what we were talking about. But yeah.
We're talking about.
You asked my goals. My goals.
Yeah.
And if I accomplished them, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with that, and then just traveling. The traveling I think is the most fun. I enjoy just getting in the car and just like, let's go check out or what Axe venues are in this area that I'm going on a trip to XYZ area, and I wonder if there's any Axe venues. I did that down in Asheville 2 or 3 years ago. Did some brewery hopping down there with a friend and checked out the Axe venue. Shout out, Asheville Axe House. That was their name. Nice little place. IATF, cool place. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, this has nothing to do with our goals or 2025, but this is like
that's fine.
Okay, all right. So,
randomness of it.
Yeah. I recently was trying to maybe take some people who to go axe throwing, but I don't really want to take them to urban. Because love urban, but you know, urban's a little strict sometimes, you know, like if I want to go to a place and like, cause I know how to throw, and like if I want to be like, oh hey, like, you know, I want to take care of it, you know, like I got it. But I don't know. How do you feel about because I know venues have different types of insurance. So a lot of venues, especially I think unaffiliated venues, but I actually found an IATF venue that does this where you're not allowed to bring your own axes. How do you feel about that? Like if you're a thrower and you like say, you know, you're like, hey, like I'm a thrower, these are throwing axes, like do you think it is what it is, or
you are what it is? Let's see here. Sorry, I was looking up because this actually relates to where I was.
Oh.
So, there it is. Yeah, so this semi happened when I went to the place in Asheville, North Carolina, was called Axeville Axe Throwing Club. They're IATF. But yeah, whenever I travel and I go to a new axe house, I definitely obviously have my axes with me if I can. But yes, I definitely go in there thinking, okay, are they going to let me throw my own axes? I'd rather use my own axes. I'm used to them. But if I'm subjected to having to use a house axe, it's whatever. I will deal. But yeah, I walked in there and said, you know, I reserved the time. And then I just said, you know, it's a quick question though. You know, I'm an avid thrower. Would you allow me to use my own axes? But then before they even answer, I'm like, you know, but if not, I'm totally cool with that. I'm not here to step on your toes and just be like, I'm a killer thrower, man. You're gonna let me throw my own axes, blah blah blah. No, I mean, it is what it is to me. To me, I don't mind. If I have to use house axe, I'll be fine. What's probably the weirdest is when axe venues. There was a place so there's a thrower. I took what was that? Went on a trip to New York with. She doesn't throw anymore, unfortunately. She shows a little bit. Raging Radish. A lot of people still know her. She throws. She's out of state now, but took a trip to New York, and we found an axe place, and this it was the weirdest place. So they had like each little lane has like looked like a horse stall, and you had it's like a weird. The targets were, I believe, the place was not affiliated, but it was like IATF target looking target. But you stood as if you were throwing for waddle. They wouldn't teach you to step.
Oh.
But there was this giant, yeah. So there's like this 4-foot distance of just place where you can stand, and then like a giant 2x4, and then a whole bunch of mulch in front of that, then the target. So you couldn't really step, because if you did, you'd trip yourself over the 2x4 trying to throw.
Right.
Both of us had been throwing now that at that point maybe 2 years, maybe 3. So we knew how to throw. She had been throwing waddle. So it was a kind of a mix of, well, we know what we're doing. Would you allow us to just hang out? You don't really need to teach us. But in the end, that venue, New York, was just very strict about the books. They taught us one way and one way only. We would try to like adapt to how like the right way or how we know is the right way to throw.
Uh-huh.
Like if we kept missing, like we would drop. Part of it was obviously due to house axes, and we'd be like, oh, we'll just step back, or they'd try to teach us like, no, you got to do this. I'm pretty sure you're wrong there, buddy. If I move this way, I think I'm going to stick it. But yeah, slight tangent, but yeah, overall, I don't mind, honestly. If an axe venue allows me to use my own axe, fine. If not, if they do let me use it, they do let me use it, great. I love it. I can use my own. I feel more comfortable. But if they don't, it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
It's most of the time I'm there for that particular reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for fun. I'm not there to compete for anything or anything like that. So as long as I have a good time.
Fuck yeah. No, that's a great answer.
So
honestly, that answer made me feel better about the feelings that I was having about it, which were not nice. And then I heard that and I was like, oh wow, that's a great answer. I think that's better. I like that. We're gonna do that now.
Yeah, I mean, every venue has the rules. I'm not gonna tell them their rules wrong or whatever. I'll play along with their rules, but I'm gonna lay out some stuff for them. See if they want to bend the rules here or there a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Oh my god, no, my straw. Sorry, my straw got stuck in a wire and it was about to that could have been real bad, but it wasn't. We got it.
Strawless.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bear guy on my straw, and that got caught on my microphone wire, and I was like, oh no, and then the whole thing almost exploded. Anyway.
So this thing's called wireless?
I can't. Oh, okay. I will send you a picture of my setup, and you'll be like, oh yeah, no, because I actually can't have Bluetooth because of my audio mixer, so I have to have wires, and my mic also has to have a wire, so I can't. Okay. Yeah.
Valid. Sorry, valid.
Yeah. I used to be able to do Bluetooth, but then I actually got a proper audio mixer, and now Bluetooth, it doesn't, you can do it, but you have to jerry rig it so bad, and I'm like, all right, my technical know-how is not that much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, I guess since I gave you imaginary goals that clearly I made up, and which one of your imaginary goals were the toughest?
I don't know. Imaginary goals. It's tough to choose from an imaginary goal. Probably getting the sweep for three leagues.
Was that
and to do it?
Okay.
My waddle accomplishment is probably my toughest. But like I said, the pressure, I feel like the pressure was there to only a degree, because everyone else, just like you said, just like we were talking about earlier, we all have different mindsets when we go from regular season to playoffs.
Right.
And I definitely feel the group of people who throw, everyone at different venues have different feelings about, I think, and how that works and how they react.
100%. Also to
and to the people who you're around. You could be everyone who gets in that mindset and don't talk to me, I gotta throw. Or don't talk to me while I'm waiting, or something like that. Whereas for my waddle, everyone loves to talk to each other. We don't care. We know it's serious, but at the same time, we're having fun. We don't care if who wins really, and we'll joke around with you. Yeah, like you see my new big X I got commissioned, for example.
Mm-hmm.
That got sent to shout out to Woozy for doing that axe. It was awesome. It's awesome. It's a nice set too. My Deadpool set, and that axe, the head came from another maker, who will not we're named nameless because will keep getting me shit, and he keeps doing it. And I mean, I know he's joking. He's expressed it, but he just likes to give me shit. He's like, well, fine, Graham. I see. You don't want to give me the work. You just give it to someone else to do. I see how it is. But yeah, no, we just joke around, and that's part of, I think, playoffs. For me, at least, I see the playoff difference from my Waddle venue to Urban and my ITF and playoffs. It's just a little more relaxed. It's fun. It's just, yeah, we're just all having a good time.
So did you actually setting out to win all of your leagues in one night, did you set that goal on purpose? Like, was that something you wanted to do this year, or did it just kind of happen?
I think so. As I started, because I've been doing Waddle since 2022, and I started out doing all three, and I started to click with duels. Sorry.
You're good.
And I know I'm good. Duels just clicked, and I started doing really well and winning the duels leagues, and I would still have fun in the big X and obviously the hatchet. But either I wasn't really, I don't know if I wasn't really focusing on it or not, but I wasn't really feeling like those were going to be something I'd ever win at.
Right.
And then I kind of figured out my big X game, both from Urban to my Waddle, and kind of figured out what big X I need and what would work for me. So that kind of started to turn things around, and I started doing really good with big X. And then Hatchet kind of turned around as well. So it's kind of like they all kind of helped each other, or both venues and styles of throwing kind of improved each other, I feel like. So yeah, I think it was always my goal to get that three-peat and win 3 leagues in one season. But I never thought it was going to happen. Also because there's definitely some very top-notch throwers in my Waddle side as well, just like there is in the ITF leagues down at Urban. And then there's some big competitors in the Waddle. Your eyes on your AI just lit up like really big.
Well, yeah, because you said some big monkey competitors, and I was like, what? Who is Graham calling out?
All right, fine. We'll name drop.
Oh?
His name starts with a B and ends in er.
Butcher? Is it Butcher? Is that...
Burger.
Oh, Burger. Okay.
We love him. He's a big giant. I call him a big giant teddy bear or panda bear. He's the most friendliest guy. I think I've said it before on the podcast. He is one of the nicest. There's many throwers out there who are super nice, and he's one of them. He'll just talk your ear off. He'll make stuff for you. Yeah. He's one of those great guys. So
it's great.
And always a pleasure to throw with, even though he'll typically kick my ass unless he plays down to my skill level, which he very rarely will ever do. So, and note to self: anyone who plays him, don't give in to his going up on Waddle. He loves to try to coerce you into. You want to go to the moon? You want to go up? But no, he's awesome. He is a great competitor to throw with, despite his skill set being higher than me. So, but yeah, it's a blast.
That's great. That is really cool. Sorry, I was like, monkey, what?
I was trying to think of the first animal that popped in my head. That'd be awesome. Then monkey popped in my head. Not really where I was going with that, but not saying that Burger is a monkey. He's more referred to as a bear or a panda bear. Also, because some of the t-shirts he wears. But yeah, I don't know why I went monkey versus bear. Whatever.
Oh man, that's yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That is, I don't know. I guess I think for me, my My goal that was probably the toughest, LOL, the one I didn't get, LOL. That was the hardest because I didn't
That's
do
valid.
it. But no, I think, yeah, actually no, as much as I don't want that to be the answer because it feels like a little bitch answer, that's gonna be the answer. So cry about it.
It's not a little bitch answer. It's not a little bitch answer, not by
Feels
any
like,
means.
I don't know, it feels like a little bitch answer. Like I feel like I should say something deep, but I'm like, nah, man, it's the goal that I didn't get. Like you had such a nice thought out, like in-depth answer. I'm like, oh yeah, the one I fucking failed at.
You didn't fail at it. You just got you're continuing to get closer to accomplishing it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being drama.
OMG. It's all good.
OMG. What about OMA? Oh my axe.
That could be a new one.
Yeah.
New fun acronym.
Oh, you know what? Actually, this is my new toughest goal. It's trying to get everyone at League to do the science crab whenever we get science.
Yellow science crabs.
Yeah, get the science crab. We get that science crab. Some people are super into it, but some people are very reluctant. But everyone will be doing the science crab. We will spread the science crab throughout the entirety of the IATF. Science crab will live forever.
You did you came up at the last, I think it was the last marathon at Medusal. You came up in context because of Big Axe.
Oh,
Yeah, because every time I'm Big Axe, I started saying like your phrase.
my
So
phrase. Oh,
you know
oh,
what it
oh.
is.
Big axe.
Yes, that is better seen in person. But yeah, I could not do it the way you do it in no way, shape, or mind. Mine was just more of like a mix of Riggs and you. So, but yeah.
We love Big Axe though. All right, everybody, circle up. We gotta tap those fat axes. Get them out. Let's get them out. I love Big Axe. I don't know what it is about Big Axe, but Big Axe tickles me in ways that Hatchet doesn't. You know.
Okay.
I don't know. Big Axe is just like it's so much. It's like satisfying. It's just like yeah,
That
that's
is.
the shit. Um, I don't know. Honestly, you know what? I'm proud of is how many fucking I feel like my hatchet clutches were so dog water, but I feel like for just starting this year, I feel like my big axe clutches were kind of like I feel like I hit so many big axe clutches. Like I don't know if it actually was that many, but I feel like when I threw big axe, which definitely was not as much as hatchet, I fucking was like my clutches were like boom, 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 boom. Whenever I needed them, they were there. They were fucking there when I needed them. But hatchet clutches out
That's
the
stellar.
wazoo. Yeah, it's really weird. But then
That is odd.
my big axe bulls are kind of shitty. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about big axe and clutch, but those two together, they're very nice. It's a very nice. I was gonna say moist, but that's definitely not the word I want. It's a nice concoction. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I concur. I concur.
Yeah. But I've gone
But
through.
it's
Oh, go ahead.
yeah.
Go, go,
I
go.
would say it's interesting how you relate to your love of doing the big acts, but then you say how much unfortunate it is that to okay. You say how much you struggle with hitting your regular hatchet clutches,
Yeah.
and yet to a degree, you kind of need to hit those hatchet clutches to embrace and have more of the big axe.
It's true.
Not yes, not that there's not scenarios where you can still go to big axe and not and miss a clutch, etc. Um, but yeah, it's kind of like they go hand in hand to a degree, I guess.
Yeah.
But because then you'll get more of that big axe. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I agree. I agree. It's It's weird. I I don't know. I will say, weirdly enough, I have been through more big axes. No, have I? I think I went through more big axe. Actually, it might have been the same, but I went through a lot of big axes this year. Um, it might be as much as my hatchet, if not more. I'm not gonna count the first two. I don't know. The first two hatchets I had didn't really count because one was a house axe because love you CJ, but CJ did me dirty. And when he gave me that house axe, um,
What? You're a newbie.
it's true. It's true. Um, I only say that I think I was telling the story to someone else who worked at Irvin, and then they were like, "CJ did you dirty when he gave you that one," and I was like, "Oh, that's okay." But
Oh, at least you have another employee who agrees with you.
yeah, yeah, that's the only reason I said it. Otherwise, I would have never said anything. Um, but then I bought the axe that everyone made fun of me the next week for because it was shittier than the house axe. Because I went to like 3 different Aces, and all of the Ace hardware stores I went to were sold out of the hammerback. So I got the only thing they had, which was a
I remember
Vulcan.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I used Speed's axe for a while, a long time, because I ordered the cold steel right before IATC, so the cold steel was back ordered for like 2.5 months because everyone ordered the cold steel for IATC, so I couldn't get like my own axe that wasn't a piece of shit. So I was like, okay, well, it's okay. I got it eventually, but the cold steel has worked for me, and then I got a clutch axe eventually that worked for me. But I feel like, sorry, I'm going on a rant. Please tell me to stop if it's. But anyway, big axes because I started off with the Collins because that was the recommended. And I ended up cutting it, but then it was because I cut it because the Collins as it comes is literally the minimum regulation weight. So if you take anything off of it at all, then it's going to be underweight. So I cut it and then it was underweight, and on top of that it was too short. I got a council tool, and then I couldn't throw it because of the nub at the end. So I ended up cutting that. I didn't measure, and then it was too fucking short. So then it was literally illegal, so I couldn't throw it. And then I was borrowing Russian Vikings council tool for a while, and I don't know what it was about that council tool because it was like the exact same as mine except like an inch longer. It was literally the fucking same. It was the same axe, okay? But I couldn't throw it. I couldn't throw it to save my life, and I think I was so frustrated by that. And I was like, I don't have any tournaments for the rest of the year. It's fine. I'm just gonna use my illegal council tool until I can finally get something else because I don't know. I couldn't throw it. I couldn't throw it. I was so frustrated because it was the same axe. It just wouldn't throw for me. I couldn't throw it well. And then I finally got a Yankee Agdor, and I just threw with that for the first time. Like the last league that I was there, so like 2 weeks ago. And that was great.
Yeah.
Love that. That axe is a sexy axe right there. Anyway, I just talked about my axes. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up now. That was crazy. I don't know why you didn't tell me to shut up.
You asked, and I was just gonna go with it.
What did I ask about? I don't even remember.
That was like a really nice. That was like a Bill Feinberg tangent right there. You were talking about big axes and how sexy they were, and then then you just got into a tangent about your hatchets and what didn't work and how you were how CJ did you dirty.
Oh yeah.
All that.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Love CJ. CJ's great. That was a joke. Don't come at me for that.
We love you, CJ.
Yeah.
We love your Jello shots even more, though.
CJ's Jello shots?
Yeah, have you had his Jello shots?
No.
Before?
I've only had the one Jello shot at Chopper's that I ate with a fork.
Oh yeah, those were not CJ's.
No, yeah.
CJ made Jello shots for Throwing Poses event last night.
Oh, and, that's so fun.
Yeah, he made like over 100. I don't know how big of a dent we did, but they were very good. He has like just enough alcohol in there, and that you don't notice it really. So, but they were stellar. Yeah.
Hell
They did
yeah.
not need to be forked.
Is that okay? This might be a really bad joke, but is it
It
CJ
probably will be.
for C Jello? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll leave now. All right, time to end the podcast again. Okay.
So
Ah,
going into, all right, so to get you back on track.
yeah, sorry. Where are we? What's happening?
So despite you probably have one goal that you're going to continue into 2025, do you have any other
Mhm.
goals you want to do? Or do you want to try to accomplish?
Yeah. I I know that I want to continue to keep trying to make playoffs every league season. I would like to travel, I think, to at least two new venues this year. Um
Cool.
yeah. And I think if I actually don't know that my goal is to get an 81 right now. I think my next
Oh,
goal is to either get a 73 or a 79 just because that way I can tell myself that I've improved. So I don't know that because it doesn't have to be perfect right now. I'm still learning. So I want it to just be like, hey, I can show that I've made progress. Um and I think I would try. This might be crazy. I don't think this one will happen. But I think I would like to try and get my average in standard, my standard average,
yeah.
uh, up to a 60.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, I think I might have some more, but I think honestly, I probably am gonna keep thinking about it. Cause there's like a lot of stuff that I want to try and do, this year. So we'll see. Yeah. What
Baby
about
steps.
yeah, baby steps. Baby steps. And by baby steps, I mean jumping over 5 steps at once, because that's how that works. Baby steps are boring. Take the risk, break your face. Don't do that. That was a joke, partially. Anyway, what about you? What are you thinking about? What are your goals for 2025?
So to circle back around though,
Yeah.
I'm gonna question this. You've heard plenty of people at League um, complain like, "Oh my gosh, these are people who either have already gotten an 81." Well, here we'll take Nikolai as an example. Sorry,
Okay.
Nikolai, you're a very good example for this.
Okay.
Um, Nikolai's a great thrower. We all know that.
Yes.
And he can hit an 81, and he's done it on multiple occasions.
Oh, yeah, he does it all the
Um,
time.
yes. Um, but you've heard it, him as an example, to come out of the arena and you're like, oh, I almost had that 81, but I missed it because of one clutch, or I missed it because I hit a 3. And the bar, I hit my clutches, but I got a 3 in there. I had that stupid like low 3.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then they kick themselves for that because I feel like I don't want to speak for everyone, but majority of people are like, oh my gosh, that 79 or that the hitting that 1-3, but all my clutches, it just stings. It's just that little bit of you on the other side, you have those two goals you just mentioned. Um, it makes you feel like you could care less about whatever it might feel like. Um, they're more just a goal, which is cool. I mean, to have to not think that, I missed one clutch or I got all my clutches in a 3, and I'm like, whatever. I wasn't trying to get all 3, or I wasn't trying to do that. So, haha. I know it just seems fascinating. That doesn't bother you?
Um, I think it honestly, if you asked me that question 2 months ago, I would have said absolutely. It bothers the shit out of me. But I was really frustrated about it. And I mean really fucking frustrated. To the point where I almost wasn't having fun like throwing. And I was like, well, why am I so upset over something that's still so far away? And I think being able to get a step closer to that and what I want, that's what's exciting. So that's why I'm like, well, if I miss that 1-3, that's only 1-3. That is 1-3 that you fucking missed. That is 1-3 away from a perfect game. Do you know how fucking close that puts you to what you actually want in the long run? Like, that's how you have to look at it. Even if you have thrown 90 81s, if you have a shit ton of 81s and you're like, fuck, I really missed that 3. Okay, well, go throw another goddamn match and then do it. Like, try again, because you can throw it. Like, you can try and do it again. Like, that's the thing, right? And it's like, where you are so close, you shouldn't, and I know it's so hard to do because I'm definitely one of those people that does that, but you shouldn't put yourself down. Like, you should be celebrating yourself and being like, fuck, I'm so close and I know I can do it. And you just have to be like, all right, I got this. And you just got to reset yourself, you know, because I think it's really easy to put yourself down as someone who definitely did that. And it almost, like, it got to the point where I was like, ugh, this feels gross. I don't want to throw. So you just have to get into your own head and be like, think about it a different way and be like, oh man, I was so close. All right, we got this. We got this. Let's go. Let's go. And even if we don't do it tonight, we're going to do it next week. Let's fucking go. You know, you gotta put your positivity pants on. All right. That's how it works.
Yeah, I think it's just fascinating that your goal is, not to say it in a bad way, it's like, my goal is to miss my last crunch, or my goal is to throw 1-3 and get everything else.
Right, but think about it this way. Even if that is like, that's my goal right now because I haven't done it yet. Or like, that's my goal right now because it gets me a step closer to that goal. If my goal is to throw, say if I am an experienced thrower, because you can apply this really to anywhere, right? And you have a bunch of 81s and you're like, fuck, I missed that one. That fucking sucks. Don't look at it that way. You gotta be like, oh fuck, I just missed it. That one. All right, I'm so close and I know I can do this. I've done it before. It's gonna be okay. Because when you like, and I experienced this a lot when I was even just trying to, when there was one season, and you can actually, you can look, if I can look at my numbers and see the season it is. I don't remember the number, but I did so poorly because I was so focused on trying to throw like perfectly that I was throwing really shitty. Because when you're trying to be perfect, it's gonna fuck you up because you can never be perfect. So you just have to throw the best that you can and for where you're at right now. And for me, that means just getting one step closer. Like, I've already thrown a 70. I know I can fucking do that. I know I can do it. So now I have to prove to myself that I can throw a 73 or 79. Like, I got to go to the next step. Like, it can't just be, from 0 to an 81. Because unfortunately, some people, that's how it works. But for me, that's not how it works. And I don't want to drag myself for that. And I know it's kind of crazy. But if you're one of those people and you get really fucking hard on yourself like me, all right, you can do it. Put those positive pants on, okay? If you're not a pants person, put the skirt on. Whatever bottoms you have, make them positive, put them on, and pull them the fuck up, all right? That's what we gotta do. Sorry, anyway.
No, that's hands down. That's good.
Yeah, that's that tangent over.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's so important. I think it's so important to look at your goals and the things you want to do in a good way, a way that's healthy for yourself. Because if you get so hard on yourself, then it just, it sucks the fun out of it. And look, this shit's really expensive, okay? Don't fucking do it if you're gonna be pissed miserable. Have some fun, all right? Okay? All right? Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna shut up now. What were we talking about?
You were asking about my goals, and then I re-asked you about.
Oh yeah. I don't know why you did that. You just let me rant more. Anyway, so your goals. Yeah, what are you thinking? What do you got going on for 2025?
All right, goals for 2025.
Yeah.
So let's think here. I would really like to finish a season with an average of 75 or higher. I have amazingly enough never done that.
Really?
So, yeah, really.
Wow.
Shocking.
I know, You're so good. That's crazy.
I guess I set my bar so low. Yes, so I would love just to finish the season with a 75 average and join that wonderful club. Um, Flick Flick Boom and I have a. It's probably not healthy, but
Okay.
anything we do in the Axe world is not healthy. Um, sorry. I would say, we have a race. All right, so it started off, we both had a race to who could get to 50 81s first. He
Okay.
won that.
Okay.
To be fair, he was in more standard leagues than I was, so therefore his chances were a little bit higher.
Okay.
Whatever. It's okay. It's a variable that's obviously it can't be used because if I can only be in 2 leagues or 1 league and he can have the time to be in two, whatever. It's fine. It's how it is. You're not gonna change the stats about that.
Right.
Anyway, since we both have now surpassed that, it's now the race to who can get to 181s first. So that's the next thing. It can't happen this season, but it's something that could be obtained for both of us this year. So that's probably also on the radar as well. I would say this more for fun though. I feel like just regular season, like we were just talking about, it's just fun. So if I get an 81, great. Yes, I am happy. I don't show it that much, but I mean, if you were at League last week when I threw my 81s, everyone just wanted to cut my throat. I'm like, oh, Graham got another 81. Okay.
I guess here I know I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you, but I have a question.
No, you're fine.
How does
Yeah.
it
Shoot.
I guess how does it feel to be okay, don't take this the wrong way. This is like I don't know how to
Too
word
late.
this. Fuck. Okay. How does it feel to like when people are like when you're so good and you know you're constantly at the top, especially at least in our Tuesday league of like oh man, like fuck, like oh, they're so good. They got another 81. Like does that ever get to you or like does that ever bother you or does it like ever demotivate you in any way or do you kind of try and use that in a good way?
I just don't. I mean, I guess I think about it. I hope it's motivation for everyone around me to strive to be at a higher level, to be able to. I mean, that's why most of us are in the Tuesday Green League. Is we are all very strong throwers at different levels,
Mm-hmm.
and to get us. I mean, what two? It was last year. I don't remember what season was. Excuse me again. We had one night where we did it like 2 nights in a row, maybe 3 nights, where you were there, I believe. Um, we had a competition of how many 81s could we get at doing one league night. I think that was an awesome goal because we all were cheering each other on to try to get like, oh my god, so and so just got another 81. How many do we have now? How many do we have now? And we put a piece of paper up on one of the posts in one of the arenas,
I
and we would
was
keep tally marks.
definitely
Were
not
you in
there
that one?
for this. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
No, it's
sorry.
okay. It's okay. I don't think I had started throwing yet. I think that was before I started.
Okay, but yeah, we had uh, some really heavy hitters, and that was just a lot of fun because everyone motivated themselves, each other, to get to that extra 81. Because then, yeah, we did it the following week, and we're like, okay, who remembers how many 81s we hit last week? We're gonna either match that, let's try to match it, or beat it. And I think for the first night we did good, and then the second night I think we matched it, and then the third we kind of came a little short. But the motivation was great. That kind of tangents away from what you were saying, what you were asked. But yeah, it just I just hope it motivates others. I definitely still enjoy getting the 81s, the standard 81s. Um, but yeah,
Hell yeah. No, that's
so yeah,
yeah.
um, so yeah, competing with Flick Boom, with our little mini 81 challenge, 75 average, going back to qualifying and going back to ITC this year would be another goal. And it's not really a goal, more of an excitement of being able to go to the UK Open this year. So that's why I
Ooh.
got big things. So,
Oh yeah. Did you know? Sorry, so random, but it has to do with the number of 81s you have.
The Muffin
Did
Man?
the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Oh my God, the muffins are eating your pants. So the on
Yes.
81 coin. Did you know that you're supposed to change? There's a little place where you're supposed to change the color of the coin depending on the number of 81s you have.
Yes, I do know
Yeah,
that.
you do. You probably knew that. But isn't that's
It's
funky
okay.
fresh?
It's okay.
I think if it's like 200, I think it's like pink or something, but that kind of sucks because I'm sorry to my pink lovers. I'm sorry. If pink is for you, that's great. That's it's just not for me, okay? I just fucking hate pink. I'm not a pink girly. If you love pink, don't worry about it. That's your thing. I'm so happy for you. Please don't hate me for hating pink. It's part of my thing. But yeah, I think if 200 it's like pink and I'm like it almost deters me from getting, not that I even have one, but I'm like, I don't know that I want 200. I don't know that I want pink. Why is it pink? Anyway,
That was just the rules of the coin gods have given us.
oh man.
So
Sorry, that was so random. Anyway, um yeah,
yeah, those are probably my top goals
those are awesome. Those are
this year.
awesome goals.
Yeah. Oh, and then probably to travel
Mm,
and visit maybe another 2 new venues, maybe 3. So, yeah.
yeah. I we didn't even talk about our goals for this podcast. Do we have any
What do you mean?
podcast goals? Do we
Oh,
have
you're
anything?
right. We never did.
Yeah, what the
Did we?
fuck? What the fuck do we want to do with this thing this year? The thing that we're doing right now. What the fuck?
Well, it wasn't the topic of the discussion. But just
Oh,
kidding. Yeah,
that's
you're right.
true.
It's fine.
Yeah, we'll figure it
It's
out.
fine.
I don't know. Maybe that could be a
We,
whole other episode.
it's a lot of episodes though.
Yeah.
Um. Well, if you want, off the top of my head,
Yeah.
just continue to grow the podcast in the Act community. Keep talking about all things fun, all things we love. Um, get into the double digits of episodes. Yay, we're so close.
Yay.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I think my big one is I would really like us to do like I think this year I'd really like if we could go to maybe like, all right, this is crazy. Maybe we could go to like a new venue and just kind of like, this might be really weird, but maybe we could like watch
Oh, it's weird.
their league night and like talk to the people there and just like see what's different, you know? Just like learn from new people and kind of maybe just put it out there, like put other people's experiences out there because we've got our own stuff, but lots of other places have their own stuff that they're doing. And I think that would be pretty cool. And the other one is to maybe teach
Uh-oh.
Graham
Uh-oh.
some Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yes, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
Do we want to share? Did we share that before? I don't think we shared it publicly.
We didn't share it publicly.
The idea of that.
Yeah. I think we should keep it at that for now.
Oh, you do? Okay, I was all ready to how to phrase like how we wanted to announce it, but yeah, so you want to keep that quiet right now.
Yeah.
And now people are gonna walk up to us and be like, "So what Dungeons and Dragons thing are you talking about?"
Yeah. Well, you know what? You guys are just gonna have to wait and find out because we're gonna keep our big yapping mouths shut. Press X to doubt, but that's okay.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much. I think that's it for this episode. I think so.
I think so too. I think we hit everything we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
We had a baby hot take, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much
Awesome.
for hanging out with us, guys. We're glad to be back. Sorry about the weird episode schedule for a while, but anyway, we're back and ready to axe attack. So Oh, fuck. I forgot our outro. Wait, how could I do this? Wait, no, fuck. I got it. It's going to come into the brainworms. Okay. Oh, yeah. We got it. We're not axe murderers here.
We're axe throwers.
Yeah. All right. Bye, motherfuckers.